Oh, good evening, friends. Our last class of 2020. My sister sent me a note that said, I'm going to stay up late on New Year's Eve, not to welcome the new year in, but to be sure the old one leaves. um, Today we're going to be integrating, and by that I mean we're going to be doing most of the time we're going to be doing seated Qigong and segueing into meditation, so that there's not a separation between doing Qigong, which means standing up and moving, and meditation, which means sitting and being still. So we're just going to merge those things so that they're not two separate things, but so that they're the same thing. And you can do that by doing standing meditation, which we've done a number of times. But this time we're going to do sitting Qigong meditation to bring those together. Another thing I want to mention, just going into this, is that normally meditation is taught as sort of having two wings. It's like a bird with two wings. And one is being relaxed, okay? And then the other one is being upright, okay? And those are the two wings. And that's great. Ultimately, though, those two are the same thing. And so we're going to integrate those two at the same time. So what does it mean to be relaxed? And why do we want to be relaxed? Now, everybody knows being relaxed is good, but what does that really mean? And I think culturally being relaxed means being limp. I think that's at least the association I have, is that you're kind of laying in some kind of a beach chair by a tropical sea with a drink in your hand, and you're relaxed. Or you're laying in a lazy boy and you're relaxed. The relaxation tends to mean being limp. And it doesn't have that strength to it. And it doesn't have the openness. And so I think that openness is actually a synonym for being relaxed. But in Qigong, the reason that we are moving more deeply into relaxation, other than that it feels good, is that we're doing relaxation so that the qi, the life force energy, can flow unobstructed. Okay, so there's a reason. Relaxation is not an end in itself. It's this continuous letting go of restrictions that inhibit the flow of qi. Okay, so as we relax deeper and deeper, we're allowing more energy in, which actually straightens us up. So as we get more deeply relaxed, in our culture, I think if you get more deeply relaxed, you're really drunk or you go to sleep. In this realm, becoming more deeply relaxed means becoming more open and becoming more upright, because more energy is moving through the system. Okay, so it's a little different take on relaxation. Just wanted to we'll start that with the head, with the intellect, and then we'll move into it from there. So we will begin standing, as we always do. So I always teach that the out breath is the relaxing breath. So the in breath is the bringing us upright. The out breath is the letting go breath. And this is really just based in reality. The first thing we do when we're born is we take an in breath and we come into the world. And the last thing we do when we die is we let go of an out breath and we let go. So coming in breath, and letting go, out breath. So that's good. But in Qigong, we keep in mind the yin and yang aspect of everything. And so that as we're letting go of the out breath, and we're dropping down into relaxation, at the same moment, at the same time, we're straightening up. Okay? So we're doing both at once. And sometimes the metaphor is an old coat hanging on a coat rack. So the coat rack is straight up, and the old coat is very limp. So with the out breath, we're dropping down, we're releasing, and at the same time, there's this sense of the impending in-breath and the rising. Okay, so let's see if we can, with the out breath, drop down, and at the same time we're dropping down, there's a movement directly opposite going up that keeps us vertical. And without that, we would just collapse in a heap. And by the same token, with the in-breath, as we're focusing on posture and straightening up, there's a dropping down. They co-arise. The Buddhists call this dependent origination, that everything arises with its opposite. And you can accomplish this, if you like, with your eyes. So the in-breath, which is a vertical, bring us up, the eyes can drop. The out-breath, where we're dropping down, the eyes can move up. And the eyes are closed or partly open. So what this does is it balances yin and yang, in and out, up and down, relaxed and alert. It balances these things. And that balance is what enables us to be relaxed and open, because we're in balance. Okay, let's take a few more breaths. Okay, and let's go ahead and bow to the directions. So, to the north. East. South. And the west. Above. Okay, let's start with Trembling Mountain. You really can't do this seated. I've tried. You really need the thighs to propel this. And the upper body isn't doing anything. It's just going along for the ride, and the thighs are propelling it. Just let your body do this. If it wants to do it faster, slower, deeper, whatever it wants to do. Okay, just another minute or so. Okay. So let's go ahead and pull up your stool. I encourage you not to use a chair with a back. And you can do this cross-legged on a cushion if you really want to. Just down a little more. Okay. Okay, so I'll just guide you through this, and then we'll finish. We'll finish with stillness, just sitting meditation. We'll finish. So let's begin with the head and neck. Very familiar. Just stretch it out. There are no preliminaries. We're not warming up to do something. All of these movements are mindful movements, meaning that we're focusing our attention on the sensations of the body while we're doing them. So it's not like, you know, when people are jogging and they're listening to a podcast, or they're riding their exercise bike in the basement and listening to something or watching something where the mind is separate from the body. This is where the attention is in the body. We're feeling all of this. And so it's a mindfulness practice, isn't it? It's a meditation practice. And circle the shoulders, open the chest, open the back. Okay, good. So we're going to pair these movements. So let's start side to side, left and right. So we're just going to say, so this side, arm comes out, comes back. This side, arm comes out, goes back. Okay, but we're going to put the body into it. So we're going to wind up, that is, shift the weight onto the other butt cheek. So we'll wind up and then shift, arm goes out. Wind up, arm goes out. So we're shifting the weight on the stool. We're turning the waist. And we're expressing the movement in the hands. So we're stretching the side muscles in the torso. Just express the weight shift. Okay, this is sitting meditation. Okay, let's do one more on each side. Okay, and now just take a moment to check your posture. Adjust anything. You can, sometimes the movements will create some tension. So you want to release that. And then just check your posture. Just take a moment to rest. Okay, that's left and right. Now let's do front and back. So first we start with a begging dog. Okay, so the hands just come up. One. And then as the hands go forward, the body goes back. And then begging dog. And down. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest a moment. And 1, 2, 3, 4. The body's going to go forward. 1. Now back. 2. Now forward. 3. Now back. 4. Body goes forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the body's continuing to rock. And then with the breath. You can breathe in the nose and out the mouth if you want to. Let's do one more. All right, so pause, check your posture, move if you need to, adjust anything. Okay, now we're going to reverse and do to the back, so same thing. So begging dog, and the hands are going to go back, body goes forward, begging dog, down. Begging dog, body's back, body goes forward, arms go back. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, with your own breath. 1, 'Kay, one more. Okay, rest and check, adjust. Okay, now let's go vertical. So touching heaven, touching earth. So 1, 2, then switch. 3, 4. Reach. Okay, let's do 2 more. All right, and let's put our hands in cloud hands position. And we'll do diagonal. So the lower hand is going to go diagonally up. And at the same time, the upper hand is going to go diagonally down. And then when they come back, they switch. Okay, so the lower hand now goes up. And now it's the upper hand. And then the lower hand goes up. And wind up and send it out. And back. And wind up. Send it out. Shift the weight. Send it out. So the body's rocking back and forth. And that's being expressed in the hands. If you like, you can do this with more energy. Or it can be gentle and subtle. Yeah, let's do one more on each side. Okay, and rest. Okay, and we're going to actually go into some of the closing routine here. So bringing the hands up and place the heels in the eye sockets and make circles. Just gently massage the eyes. And just maybe feel tension in the face letting go, particularly the forehead, around the eyes. And now let's move over to the temples and massage the temples. You can press with a little, use a little pressure if you like. And so feeling the muscles in the scalp and the face. Okay, and now combing back the hair with the fingernails. Okay, we can tug on the ears. Okay, and then gently bring the fingertips down the face and neck. And softening the face. Two things we tend to do when we're stressed, and particularly around thinking, is that when we're thinking, we're leaning forward. Our head is forward on our body. So to relieve that, just check that the head, the chin is down a little, and the head is in alignment with the spine. The skull is just sort of perched on the top of the spine. It's not leaning forward. That's one thing. The other thing is that we tend to move our eyes. That encourages vigilance, alertness, tension, and we're looking around for threats or we're looking outside. And this is an internal process. So we just let the eyes relax. Okay. And adjust your posture. Feel into the head, the face, neck. We want the jaw to be loose. I want to just let the eyeballs just float. And the eyes can be closed or just slightly open. The eyeballs are not organs of sight now, they're just resting. We're not looking at anything. Okay, and now with the out breath, let's visualize what they call the honey of heaven. So that on the out breath, that this warm, soft, honey-like light comes down and flows over the scalp and the face, and flows down the body. On the outside and on the inside. As the body becomes more relaxed, it becomes more open. So the shoulders go back a little, the chest is open so that we can breathe easily. And the stomach may be just kind of slightly pushed forward. The lower spine is arched a little. The chin is dropped. So as we relax and open, Open the chest, open the lungs, open the throat. As we open, we become more upright. And we're not using the eyes now for this particular practice. If we could visualize motion up and down the spine without moving the eyes, otherwise just sensing, feeling. So the more upright we are, the more extended the spine is, the more relaxed the body can be, and the more open the breath. All right, let's go ahead now and use your dominant hand, and we'll do the microcosmic orbit. So pointing to the center line, so in breath, up, out breath, down. Just feeling it, letting the eyes rest. Then when the hand is at the top, we can also bring in the other hand. So both hands are creating the oval. Okay, let the hand movements become more subtle. And then let your hands rest in whatever mudra you're using. And let the breath guide the microcosmic orbit, and just feel without moving the eyes. And now we're going to check our attitude that comes with the intention. We're not trying to force anything. We're going to be receptive to the sense of the energy moving in the body. And we're just going to request the body, could you please relax? Could you please release? Dear body, would you please be upright and relaxed? Dear body, please allow the energy to flow through unimpeded. And the same way that we check the posture or check to see if there's anything tense in the body, we can just check the attitude of the mind. The mind is soft, it's open, it's resting. And as the body is upright and open and relaxed, so too is the mind, is alert and open and soft. And the breath is becoming smooth. If there's any mental activity, it's just little synapses firing, just little bits of lightning in the night sky. Just get a sense of the energy, the aliveness of the body, the alertness of the mind. This energy is very, very boundless, and it flows through the filters of the body and the mind. And the energy itself is unlimited. The space of the mind is unlimited. The body and the mind are both relaxed. Both receptive. Okay, and then letting the breath come in and light up the body, light up the mind, let it go out in all directions. And the body becomes increasingly porous, diffused, so there's no separation between the body, mind, and the space around it. And the energy flows through it. The body could move, but it's being still. The mind could form thoughts, but it's being still. We rest in the stillness with an attitude of receptiveness. If you need to check the posture from time to time, if there's any thinking, the thinking causes a tiny bit of tension. So we can just relax the body, let go of any tension. Rest the eyes, pull back the head. I will sit for just 2 more minutes. Being still, not affecting the energy that's flowing through. Letting vestiges of self be swept away by the breath, by the energy. All right, let's take a few more breaths. Okay. And then just slowly move the body a little. Okay. Let's go ahead and do the closing movement together. So We'll clap our hands one time. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and thank you for your practice. And now I will go ahead and stop the recording so that we can have questions and comments.